My unfaithful wife's cruise plan unraveled when I found lingerie and condoms in her suitcase. I called her friend's husband and said, "Man, brace yourself. We're about to catch our wives in the act." Chapter 1. The hidden truth in her luggage. At first, I wasn't suspicious. My wife of a decade, Sarah, told me she and her best friend, Jenna, were heading on a women-only wellness cruise. No kids, no husbands, just yoga, spa treatments, and a break from the daily grind. I thought she earned it, but something felt wrong. It wasn't what she said, but how she said it. No warm embrace before I left for work, no kiss goodnight. When I offered to drop her at the port, she brushed me off, insisting on an Uber. That's when a knot formed in my gut. So while she was in the shower that night, I did something I never imagined I'd do. I opened her suitcase. That's when my world fell apart. Nestled among neatly packed sundresses and cozy spa slippers were 2 new sets of black lace lingerie, a small bottle of lavender massage oil, and 3 unopened boxes of condoms. Not tucked away, not even in a side pocket, just sitting there like they were meant to be. I sat on the bed's edge, staring at the evidence, my heart racing, my fists clenched. But I didn't yell or barge in. I knew Sarah wasn't acting alone. Jenna was part of this too, so I grabbed my phone and called someone who deserved to know as much as I did. "Mike, it's Tom. We've got a serious problem and we need to handle it together." He asked, "Is this about Jenna?" I replied, "No, it's about both of them. Meet me at the cruise port at 5 a.m. Bring a camera." Chapter 2. The plan comes together. Mike arrived before dawn, his face pale, jaw tight, eyes bloodshot like he hadn't slept. We stood quietly in the cruise terminal parking lot for a moment. Then he asked the question I didn't need to answer. "You found evidence too, didn't you?" I nodded, unzipped my backpack, and showed him the photos I'd snapped of Sarah's suitcase. Mike winced at the sight of the condom boxes. "Jenna told me she was packing light, said it was a meditation retreat with no phones." His voice shook. "She hugged our daughter goodbye like she was off to find inner peace." I saw the same pain in his eyes that was ripping through me. But we weren't here to wallow. We were here to catch them in their lies. The strategy, we moved quickly. Mike booked a last-minute cabin on the same cruise under a fake name, 2 decks below theirs. I'd already slipped a GPS tracker into Sarah's suitcase, synced to my phone so we could track her every move. Mike brought a DSLR camera with a zoom lens and a mic attachment. He'd done some wedding videography gigs, so he knew how to stay discreet. Our goal wasn't just to catch them, it was to document everything. "No confrontation," I said. "We watch, we record, we let their actions speak." Boarding day from a coffee shop across from the terminal entrance, we watched them arrive at 6:12 a.m. Sarah and Jenna with matching cruise bags, giggling like college girls on spring break. Trailing behind, 2 men, not friends, not family, men who clearly knew what kind of trip this was. They kissed, right there in the open. Quick, intimate kisses. Sarah's fingers brushed the back of one man's neck like she was bidding her lover farewell, not her travel buddy. Mike's grip on the camera tightened, but he kept filming. "We've got them," he muttered. "Now we take them down." Chapter 3. The cruise of deception. Mike and I boarded under fake names on different decks at different times, but with one shared mission. Gather undeniable proof, stay calm, and strike when the time was right. Their cabin, Sarah and Jenna, were in Suite 9C, confirmed by the GPS tracker in Sarah's bag and a quick peek at the guest list on the welcome kiosk. Mike and I took turns watching, texting coded updates like heartbroken detectives. From the upper deck lounge, we had a clear view of the adults-only pool. At 2:37 p.m. they appeared. Sarah wore a red bikini I'd never seen. Jenna was in sheer white, sunglasses perched on her head. The 2 men were there too, handing them drinks, touching their waists, kissing them. And worst of all, laughing like our lives meant nothing. Mike recorded it all, his long lens capturing crystal-clear footage, the audio so sharp we heard Jenna say, "I told you he'd never check my texts. He still buys the yoga retreat story." They laughed again. We didn't. "I want to ruin her," Mike whispered. "Not just to her friends or family. I want her parents to see this. Every lie she's told exposed." "They will," I said. "But we wait." The text that changed everything that night in the ship's internet cafe, as I organized footage and synced GPS logs, a message popped up on Mike's burner phone. It was from Sarah, thinking she was texting his real number. "This is too easy. Just keep them clueless and devoted. 3 more nights to live it up." I stared at the screen. Mike stood behind me, silent. We both understood. They weren't just cheating, they were mocking us. Chapter 4. The public unveiling. The next morning, the cruise held a couple's sunset mixer on the open deck, music, drinks, and a photo booth for romantic snapshots. It was the perfect stage. Sarah and Jenna signed up under fake couple names, their boyfriends, Ethan and Lucas, strutting in behind them, cocktails in hand, smug and carefree. Mike and I arrived 10 minutes later, not just with cameras, but with the truth ready to explode. The setup, I handed the DJ a USB drive with a short, carefully edited video. Footage of Sarah and Jenna kissing their boyfriends, a shot of them boarding together, Sarah's text to Mike, Jenna's yoga retreat selfie next to Ethan, half-dressed. And the final blow, the suitcase contents I'd photographed. The DJ raised an eyebrow. "You sure about this?" I gave a small smile. "Play it when I signal." The moment Sarah and Jenna were tipsy, laughing, draped over their lovers like nothing could touch them. Mike and I stood at the bar, drinks in hand, calm and focused. "To the end," Mike said quietly. I nodded to the DJ. The room fell silent. At first, people thought it was a fun event montage. Then the kisses flashed on the screen. Jenna's fake name glowed on the guest registry. The text appeared, "Just keep them clueless and devoted." And finally, the condom boxes laid out next to the red lace lingerie. Gasps spread through the crowd. Phones came out. Sarah's face went pale, then flushed, then frantic. "Turn it off, turn it off," she screamed, lunging for the DJ booth, but two guests blocked her. Someone yelled, "Is that you?" "The yoga retreat fraud?" Mike stepped forward, holding up his phone. "We've been recording for 48 hours. This is going to your families, your bosses, and your therapists." He pointed at Jenna. "You kissed our daughter goodbye before sneaking off with another man." Then I faced Sarah, voice steady. "I checked your suitcase, Sarah. That's when I knew. You thought I wouldn't look. You thought I was too trusting. You were right. But I've been watching. And now so has everyone." They fled the deck in disgrace. Their boyfriends vanished. Security escorted Sarah and Jenna to their cabin. The other passengers treated us like vigilante heroes. One woman patted my shoulder and said, "Best drama I've seen in years." Chapter 5. The aftermath. By the time the ship docked, the story had spread like wildfire, at least on board. Passengers whispered and pointed. Someone posted a blurred clip to Reddit with comments flooding in, "Cruise of shame. Caught in the act. Justice on the open water." But Sarah and Jenna weren't just shipboard gossip. They were exposed. Their return, Sarah's parents, quiet and deeply respected in their tight-knit community, called me before she even got home. "Is it true?" her father asked, voice hollow. "Yes, sir," I said. "All of it." They went quiet. Then her mother said, "We sensed something was off this past year. We're so sorry, Tom." I didn't need their apologies. I just needed them to know. Jenna faced worse. Mike sent the footage to her employer, a PR firm with a strict conduct policy. He served her divorce papers the day she stepped off the ship and filed for full custody of their 6-year-old daughter. When her lawyer pushed back, Mike said, "We can go to court, or I can show the judge the yoga retreat video." She signed the papers. And us, Mike and I, didn't celebrate or gloat. 2 weeks later, we sat in a quiet diner outside town, sipping coffee, talking like old friends who'd survived a battle. "You know what hurts most?" Mike asked. "What? They didn't just betray us, they laughed at us for trusting them." I nodded. "But in the end, they ruined themselves. All we did was hit play." Chapter 6. The takeaway. 6 months later, I live in a smaller place, simpler. No wedding photos on the walls, no matching towels. Just fresh air, quiet mornings, and one toothbrush in the holder. Mine. I don't think of Sarah every day. When I do, it's not with anger, it's with clarity. I see now what I missed then. She wasn't hiding from me, she was hiding who she'd become. And the truth always finds a way out. What did I learn? Betrayal doesn't hit like a storm. It creeps in through half-truths, long silences, and sneaky phone glances. But most of all, I learned silence isn't weakness. It's strategy. You don't need to shout to be heard or fight to win. Sometimes the best revenge is letting someone weave their own noose and watching them unravel. Mike's update last week. Mike sent me a photo of him and his daughter laughing on a hiking trail. The caption read, "We don't miss her, we remember, and we keep smiling." He won full custody. He's rebuilding too. 2 fathers, 2 homes, 2 lives shattered. But only one pair of hands to blame, and they weren't ours. Final reflections. If you're reading this, wondering whether to confront the liar in your life, hold off. Watch, wait, collect your evidence like a weapon in the shadows. When the time comes, let the truth hit harder than any outburst. Let their lies collapse under the weight of your patience. The deepest wounds are the ones they never see coming. Was this justice deserved? If this story hit you hard, share it with someone who's been deceived. Drop your thoughts below. We read them all. This is Lauren's story, where betrayal burns, truth cuts deep, and revenge always finds its moment. Stay tuned for the next story. It might be yours.